Hello, guys. Welcome back to South Park Season 28, Episode 2. In another timeline, we'd be saying Season 27, Episode 7, right? But here we are. Another season, a Halloween special. And yeah, we're back. How are you guys doing? It's good to have everyone back. Pretty excited to get into this. How are you guys doing?
Pretty
Good.
chill.
Pretty chill, man. Good stuff.
I'm doing great. Just came
Fantastic.
back from a concert. Yeah, having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Florian was mosh pitting, man. It was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
I'm way too old for that, but thank you.
Brilliant. Before we do jump into this episode, just a brief disclaimer in regards to the previous episode of our podcast, which Paramount took down, because we were speaking too much realness for their liking. But it's okay. We're back again, and we've got a Halloween special on our hands. So yeah, the episode will be back up, but just a minor blimp. But it's okay. We gotta respect it. But yeah, we might as well kick it off here. And guys, the Marsh family, they're back in South Park. They don't, in fact, have their previous house, and they're living with Grandpa Marsh. I mean, nothing can ever go smoothly in South Park, right? What are your thoughts in regards to this? I don't know if anyone would have seen it coming. We'll start with you, Florian. What do you think, man?
I mean, this is basically the storyline of the Marsh family going back from Tequity Farms to their normal lives, and yeah, it's not that normal.
Yeah.
They lived in a motel, and now they're moving in with like the grandpa in the retirement home, and like I think it's quite funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think let's give the question to Ryan and Seabrand because like they care very much more about the returning to normal storyline of Tequity Farms.
Ryan, kick it away, man.
Of the Marsh family.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, this is a question that's been lingering in my head ever since the Integrity episode. Of just basically being like, okay, we know that they've left the farm, but where exactly what's happened of Stan and the marshes in general. And it's nice to see, I suppose, a little, conclusion to that in a sense. And I guess we now have a background of what they've been doing. They've been staying in motels and all that. Now they're staying with Grandpa in the old folks' home.
In the
which is,
old folk.
an interesting choice for them to go in, and I don't know. There's not a lot I can elaborate on that other than I'm happy. I'm pleased to see that they did answer this question that's been lingering, I suppose, in the back of my head.
Right. It's only, I suppose the follow-up question would be how long are they to be there and stuff like that. But we can get into that.
Oh, right.
Sibrin, what do you think about this, man? Are you happy that I suppose we're all happy they're back, I guess. But what are your thoughts, Sibrin, bro?
I just find it kind of crazy that we haven't seen the inside of Stan's house for technically 6 seasons now.
Holy shit, man! It's been a while, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm wondering if ever since they moved to Decorative Farms, that maybe other people now live in Stan's old house, and I mean we can't really theorize what people or what person now lives in Stan's house if somebody else claims it now. But maybe they will reveal that to us as well.
They definitely sold it, right?
Stan's house. Yeah, they did. I rewatched the episode where they moved to Decorative Farms earlier today, and they sold it to somebody.
Ah, right. That's an interesting. At least they're kind of being consistent with real world logic. It's not that they're just back in South Park and they get their old home back. They're kind of being like, okay, there's people that live there, so we gotta put that in mind. And then obviously now they're in the old folks' home, so it'll be interesting to see how this develops and how long they're at the old folks' home.
Yeah,
with Grandpa.
What I was gonna say was they've done this before. They can elaborate on who might be in Stan's house. They did it when Cartman was no longer when Leanne and Cartman were no longer inside their home, and the Prince and Princess of Canada moved in what used to be Cartman's house. So for a little bit until they're back there now. So who knows? I
Right,
don't know if they will elaborate, but it's I would like to see what would come of the old house if they would ever come back to the old house, but you
right.
never know.
And just a throwaway question: when was the last time we seen Grandpa?
Grandpa's that's a good
Wow.
question.
I'm trying to.
It's been some time, hasn't it?
Sebrin, this is usually your kind of question.
What's your
For me,
estimate?
it's a long time ago.
Well, I remember the last time they did a nursery home episode. That was in season 21, the heroin episodes.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
yes.
was let's see, that was now like 8 years ago.
Well, there you go. Also, I don't want to be that guy, but from what I've seen in this, Grandpa doesn't look like he's doing too well.
What have you noticed, like, in regards to
He's
what?
just laying in. He was once he was wheelchair bound. Now he looks like he's bed bound.
We didn't see him out the bed at once, did we?
No, and he was all strapped and hooked up to machines and everything.
Oh goodness. Be interesting to see if they explore that angle at all, or if maybe we're reaching a little bit. But interesting spot there, Ryan, man. That's for the eagle-eyed viewers. But
And I also know
It was also a callback to the episode where they put him like in the retirement home in the first place.
he was making a few
And, like,
references.
the Handels and Heroin was also like an episode that very much took place at the old homes people
That was
place.
a great
So
episode.
yeah, it's kind of funny that they live there now because like this is an established place that exists. Like even like the title is like what's it called, something acres.
Shady Acres, something like that.
Shady Acres, yes, Shady Acres, which is it seems like a place where you would like dispose of bodies. So,
I just like I like this storyline of, hi, we're just gonna throw you in this old folks home because we can't deal with you anymore, and now they have to move. They need to move in with. It's like, hi, can you deal with us now, even though we're the ones who put you in here?
He was mocking them for that as well, wasn't he? Throughout,
Yeah.
he's like, you could have tasted your own medicine.
I also noticed this is not as important, but for some reason I did notice that when they were unpacking, apparently Stan has multiple of those blue hats, bubble hats.
Does he?
I don't know why. I always assumed that they all just had one hat, but maybe they do have multiple of the same hats.
Is there two in the
So
bag right there? So you can see right at the bottom below Sharon. It looks like two of Stan's hats right there. That's very
I
interesting.
thought I'd
That
bring it up.
right.
I don't know. I guess I never thought that they would have multiple of the same hats. I thought they just had the one hat each.
Did you notice from this specific clip, like
Yeah.
this screenshot? Wow, I didn't even realize.
you're
Man.
crazy.
you going frame by frame watching the episode. That is brilliant. We need people like you here, Ryan. Oh, wicked, man. Yeah, they could definitely go a lot of different angles with them being in this old folks home, because a lot of shenanigans do kick off with the old people, whether it's, the drug related stuff or things that are extreme. So, we be interested to see how things pan out here. Unexpected angle for myself, I would say. I didn't see this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did not see this coming. But yeah, I suppose we can only elaborate on so much in regards to this specific situation. They're back in town. They're at the old folks' home. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes down. But yeah, I suppose we could just move on to our following talking point. And it kind of looks like Matt and Trey. I mean, it's no surprise. We've seen them be very self-aware of themselves. But in this episode, it seems like they were kind of poking fun at themselves, saying that the episodes haven't been great. South Park sucks now. What do you guys think of how they expressed their own self-awareness? Was it a breath of fresh air? Sibrin, what do you think, bro?
Well, first of all, it's been a while since the characters in the show are sort of breaking the fourth wall by talking about themselves as in they are in a real show. They especially did this in season 22 and season 23. I'll give a few key examples. Like the first one was when Randy basically said, You know what? I'm sick of South Park. I'm not laughing anymore. I'm like, you, you know what, gang? We should move to a forum and start all over. Yeah, fuck
I
South
remember
Park.
that. That's a good find.
That was basically Matt and Dre saying like, yeah, we should make a completely new setting to like make new fresh episodes because like the town of South Park is getting repetitive to make episodes about. and then and then the other one I really liked was in the bike parade episode when Cartman said, you know guys, like when they were trying to cancel their own bike parade, like Cartman said, like everything out there is getting cancelled, but when we try to cancel ourselves, we just can't do it. if even though Matt and Dre were like sort of desperately trying to cancel their own show in during that season.
It kind of leads me to want to ask, what would it even take for them to cancel South Park, to cancel themselves? I mean, how extreme? What's something super extreme they could do to get cancelled? Just on a side note here.
Well, one very extreme thing they could have done is say anything about the Charlie Kirk assassination after his
Yeah.
his demise.
Yeah,
Spicy.
that's real. That's very true.
Like, yeah, I mean, they were kind of blamed for it. Like, yeah, if they went if they did another bit on that, like, that would be all right.
Yeah. See, bro, that's brilliant.
Even I thought, oh, that might be like too much.
Yeah.
That would be too much.
I would have probably loved it, but like,
I
I
think
can see how this is very controversial.
yeah, that's probably the biggest one and most recent. I think that would definitely get
Yeah,
them
but they
cancelled.
didn't. So
Yeah.
fuck them.
Yeah, but
Why are they trying to actually push the boundaries?
Wow.
yeah.
One
No, I feel the same a lot of ways. I feel the
Actually-
same about that. I was going to say. Sorry?
one
I want
thing.
to follow up Sebrin
Okay,
on
go
one
on.
thing. You talked about like the South Park was basically trying to cancel themselves at some point, and they even directly mentioned the fact that they that it sucks now. South Park sucks now, and I think I can even give you one earlier one, because in the season 19 episode 9, Truth and Advertising, it's all about the ad plot line with like Leslie and PC Principal.
Yeah,
Long time, huh?
And in this there's one scene where Randy says, "Hey, South Park just sucks now. Let's just bail." And
Yeah.
then they basically
Right.
blame it on like homing prices, and that this is also like a very political topic. Like the prices of housing goes up like basically since
I
20
remember
years.
that, Florian. What episode was this? Do you recall?
19 season 19 episode 9.
Right,
Truth
I
and
definitely
Advertisement.
remember that.
Yeah, and Randy literally said South Park sucks now. Like
Wanna bail?
Wanna bail, yeah. And this is basically the setup to Tequity Farms, and a season
Right.
earlier than, actually, no, Tequity Farms happens in season 22. So it's like 3 seasons earlier we actually get the hint that like Matt and Trey were obviously like unhappy with the state of South Park, and they were just like, hey, let's just bail, let's do something else, and like, and then they did Tequity Farms, and everybody hated it.
Oh yeah. Well, I could ask this just briefly. With them acknowledging that it does in fact suck subjectively, right? Does that make it any better? Like, you know, like as a self-aware creators, like
No.
fair enough, you're self-aware, but does that actually help the situation in a way?
No,
You just
no,
spoke my mind.
Hmm.
No, that's not what they did. Okay, this might be my own interpretation of like the episode, but like I think what they did is like oh yeah, you all noticed that South Park sucks now. This happened before. Like I just mentioned it in season 20, season 19. There were always moments where fans were upset with South Park. The PC thing went on too long. People were upset about it. This is South Park saying, hey, yeah, sure, you're upset. South Park is getting too political, so go on your like online forum and post comments and be upset, be an online warrior, and achieve fucking nothing. Because that's all the people do these days. They just
Right.
get on the internet and complain. And like I think they are trolling the viewers that saying, oh, South Park is too political. Yeah, fuck you. We're gonna be more political, and if you don't like it, go on the internet and make a meme coin about it.
That's a good
Yeah,
interpretation. In all fairness, I can s-
Yeah,
I can
I think they are trolling us.
I can see that
Like
perspective.
I had to hold so much back, like when we were discussing this earlier. Sorry, guys.
Right, Ryan. Sounds like you had something you wanted
I
to
love this.
chime
no,
in there.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna make Florian roll his eyes from a comment we were talking about earlier, but no, that is what I'm getting at. Yeah, um, that's pretty much the way I would have interpreted that. But what I was going to say was I don't know. It's interesting because it's like, yeah, I get that's how you see that from your perspective, but that's really coming from the perspective of the creators of the show, not the perspective of the people watching the show.
Mm.
And how are we? Uh, how would I word it? I don't want to say something that will almost make me barf, like how are we supposed to feel about that? But what I'm gonna say was is it's a tricky thing. I mean this format and trait. It's a tricky thing when you create something that you want to you want to retain as much control over as possible. And when you want to go for a certain angle, you want to do a specific thing where it's like, I want to do this. This is what we really clearly want to do. It's clearly this is what Matt and Trey want to do. But the fan base you've sort of created over the years doesn't seem to be receptive to it in the way that in a way that they like it. In fact, they seem to be rather displeased with where the direction the show is going. It's really difficult because you then have to argue. You have to have an argument. You have to sort of debate with yourself over whether do I do what I know is the sort of thing that a lot of fans will typically like, or do I do what I think I actually want to do with the show?
Mm.
And as a result, I have been in two frames of mind about the direction the show's been going in because I haven't been enjoying the show that the direction the show's been going in, but I do not want it to be a situation where the show decides, okay, we're just going to do whatever the fans want, because it's like I've seen that from many other shows in the past, and I don't want it to be like a situation where there's just sort of like pandering to like their fans. I just think it would be better if whatever they think is funny in the now and they want to work off of, they keep it as organic as possible, as authentic as possible.
Yeah, so don't bend the knee to the
It-
fans. Is that what you're saying, essentially?
yeah, because I think there's a danger in doing that, even though
There is.
uh yeah, there's a danger in doing that because it's like, even though in my heart as a fan I would like to see certain elements of the show, like more plot lines around the kids, I want them to want to do that. But if that's
Mhm.
not what they want, then that's not I'm not gonna make a song and dance about saying, "Ugh, I think they should be doing this." Because it's like, I welcome whatever direction they want to take the show in, even if it's something that I otherwise am not that into.
I suppose they have enough credit in the bank to essentially go in that direction, and they've given us plenty of good content throughout the years that I suppose subjectively you could say they're allowed to have a blip here and there, right? I,
Oh,
What did
you're
you
speaking from my heart right now, LDN, because like yeah,
Yes.
I think even if I don't like the particular new episodes that much, I think it's like they have delivered brilliant content for us for like 30 years,
mm,
for me at least. And
Yeah.
god
that's a
damn
long
it,
time.
so who am I to question them?
Who am I? A measly
I
viewer.
think that's yeah. That's sort of what I'm trying to
I
get at.
just
That
have
sort of
my
thing where it's
opinion
like,
and that's it. And everything else is like I'm not gonna make like a suggestion for changes. I'm
Mm.
not that good.
At least
I
we
can
can
just say,
respect.
oh, I didn't like that.
Right. At least we can respect it,
Yeah.
which is good.
oh,
Of course.
well, I just want to finish off what I was saying there by saying, and I only say this because I would be putting it. I watched an episode, like some of the recent episodes, and I almost put myself in the mindset where I want to complain about it, but someone else, or should I say, a bunch of people beat me to it, and just looking at their disdain for whether the direction South Park is going in just sort of makes me roll my eyes in a weird way, where I'm just like, I'm not, why do I don't know. Like, the biggest one that will always be the biggest eye roller, and I like to think that this is the biggest thing that Matt and Trey themselves just they despise hearing, is this thing that I've been hearing a lot with this season, and that is South Park has gone too political.
It's always been political.
I hate that sentence because it's an ignorant sentence to make if you actually know the show at all since its beginning. Like, you could argue that it's hyper fixating on a specific thing for too long.
I think that's maybe
If that's
it.
what you mean,
Yeah.
sure. If that's what you mean, then that's great. But at the same time, I'm gonna be like, I'm reluctantly going to welcome that only because I would prefer it if that's how you if that's what you want to do with your show, then that's what you should do with your show. And I think they even hint at this that hey, this stuff it doesn't last forever. They've done this before. Give it a few seasons, I guess. Maybe we will get to that sort of content that you as the fan might want to see.
I think that's where some of the frustrations come from. The fact that this is seeped into the following season, where it seemed like it might have been something we would have rounded off in one season. I think maybe that's where some of the frustrations come from, and that, like you said, it's hyper fixated on one specific topic. And obviously, since it's such a delicate subject in regards to Trump and all the things going on, kind of adds a bit more fuel to the fire and stuff like that.
Don't worry, we'll be getting into hyperfixations throughout this discussion.
Right, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can I just ask this quickly? Has it been worse than this though? Because I'm not speaking like this is the worst thing ever, but has there been worse episodes?
Trump Garrison, like the entire Trump Garrison thing, I think was worse.
Right.
Hyperfixation than this storyline.
Right.
I like that they do Trump as like the new Saddam Hussein, because like he's not an important character anymore. Like it would be pointless to bring the original back because he's no longer relevant. He's dead. But like it's funny that they continue that. That doesn't mean that I think they should include him in every episode.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I think has he been in every episode? I might have asked this before.
Since season 27, 28, which is basically the same season, he has been in every episode. No miss.
I'm too stubborn.
And I think even his penis has been in every
I was gonna
episode.
say, Florian. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. So yeah, I mean they have blimps here and there. That's okay, and it's not like it's the worst content in the world. It's just maybe some minor things, or us not seeing the boys as much as we'd like, and them spending too much time on Trump. And in some way, that actually helps me to kind of segue into our following talking points. But before I do so, do you guys have anything further to add on the topic of self-awareness and them pointing out to themselves that South Park sucks now? Is there anything further anyone wants to add?
I want to say that South Park is really clever at breaking the fourth wall by talking about itself without actually breaking the fourth walls.
Yeah.
So like, for example, in many moments in Family Guy, like the characters will directly talk to the camera, to the audience, and talk about its own show. But the difference with South Park is that none of the characters in South Park know that they're in a show. Like it's like
it's done. I know. I get exactly what you're saying, Sibran. I mentioned something similar when I was watching it. When Stan was talking about it, I was like, it's like he knows he's in a cartoon, but it's not the case because of how well they're delivering the lines. That's a brilliant point.
Like for as long as South Park has been on the air, like there are very, very few times throughout all of South Park where any of the characters talked directly to the camera / audience. Like South Park really feels like a universe that's its own world, because once again, in shows like Family Guy or The Simpsons or Rick and Morty, like they many of the characters sometimes randomly remember that they're in a cartoon. But with South Park, this almost never happens, which I think South Park is really good at breaking the fourth wall without actually breaking it.
Right, exactly. And this is why sometimes I try to use a logic that's consistent with the show. Whereas if I was to try it with other shows like Family Guy, it would be borderline impossible because of how consistent South Park is and the writing is.
Oh, they're not that consistent. Wait.
We'll get into that too.
Yeah, can do.
Somebody just pointed it out the other day. I think it was in this episode where Stan mentioned he's 9 years old. He's not. There was a previous episode where he turned 10, and it was a big, important episode. So
I see what you mean.
Continuity error right there in South Park.
I get what you mean. I think in certain aspects, I mean, there's gonna be certain things that I like. That is a pretty big one, though.
We need to focus on that one, actually,
Yeah.
because otherwise I don't care about the continuity errors. But the fact that they actually made an entire episode about Stan turning 10 and how that was a big deal for him, and now out of nowhere they've just slipped and decided he was 9 again. I otherwise don't care about continuity errors, but that irks me because it's like, hey,
that is an odd one. You think someone would point that out, right? Or they must have done it on purpose, perhaps?
I don't think they
No,
just
I think
care
they
enough.
just forgot.
It was a what?
I think they just forgot.
What, like they did with Steven and Chris? Being one person.
Sure.
Maybe, yeah. Very
Perhaps.
much like that.
What did you say, Steve?
Comparable,
right? Yeah. Interesting. I suppose human error, but that's fine. But yeah, I suppose we could move on from this talking point. And I briefly mentioned Cartman. This is one that I just snuck in here. I was slightly disappointed at the amount of screen time that Cartman received within this episode, and I thought we were maybe gonna see more of him. You know,
I was gonna say, what do you mean the amount of screen time? I guess it's too. It fits.
He was on there for
screen
like
time.
Yeah. Did someone say no? Someone said in the comment section of the video, it was like, I love how Cartman was in the episode for 6-7 seconds. And I was like, wow.
6-7. I'm doing the thing.
He's doing the thing. Yeah. Slightly frustrating, and again that kind of ties in with the overall frustration of the episode of the season with some fans, as when we have a character we love like Cartman, love to hate or whatever, right? He's only briefly in an episode for a little bit of time.
My issue on that was I'm blaming not this episode, I'm blaming the previous episode. Like, they didn't need to make it a cliffhanger, and they did, and I was annoyed at the time. And now that they did, I was gonna be annoyed if they talked about the 6-7, and I was gonna be annoyed if they didn't talk about it. And that's the
there's no winning, is there?
Either or, it was a lose-lose scenario.
Right. I suppose that wasn't much of a question. It was just kind of a mini rant in between as to why Cartman wasn't more featured in the episode. I kind of touched on it at the end where I was kind of like, the episode didn't really move the needle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very right.
But yeah. Does anyone have any comments on
not a lot happened. Not a lot happened in this episode, like for the storyline.
Exactly.
Like, we are in a storyline. Like, I'm still thinking this is season 27. But even if it's split it, like, there's a continuity there, and this episode didn't move it along very far.
It didn't at all, man. Like, well, I know this is maybe something I'd like to get on towards the end, but it's doesn't make too much of a difference.
I was trying to be British by saying like it didn't move far, which is basically saying it didn't move at all.
So is there anything that really helped progress the story throughout this? Because even Satan's baby is still in the chamber, you know, still cooking.
We got. We almost. I don't know if we almost had JD Vance exposed, or he did get exposed.
I suppose Kyle.
Almost, yeah. He deflected it.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, he did deflect
it. He did, yeah.
Well,
and sorry, I was gonna say cousin Kyle. I suppose he went to jail. So
Oh, we're talking about him.
we can get to it. I just seen it in the notes. Right, okay, we'll progress from that mini rant that I had in regards to Cartman not featuring more. Rather frustrating, but it's cool. It's cool, as I say that with a flailing voice. But guys, I didn't know. I think I might have seen this lady before, but I don't really follow American
Pam
politics. Yeah, I don't really follow it, so I'm a little bit in the dark in regards to this. But Pam Bondi constantly got shit on her nose. Um, what's up with that? And was that what was up with Melania Trump haunting? That was her, right? Did we
Yes.
they mentioned it, that was your wife, I think. Um, I guess I get it's a Halloween episode, so maybe some of the things you can't really put logic to it. But do you have any thoughts on this? Florian, take it away, bro.
Oh no. All right. Yeah. Sure. I'm gonna go first on
Okay.
this one. And I predicted this because this is just again me explaining American politics to you guys.
Let's hear it.
And like I'm not the most qualified, but like I guess I'm the one that keeps up to it with it the most. All right, Pam Bondi, she is like responsible for like prosecuting people on a very high level,
Right.
and she prosecutes everybody that Trump that said anything bad about Trump. She's an ass licker. She's a brown noser. And this is the term that we basically had a discussion about.
Emphasis on brown noser.
Yes,
went over my
brown
head
noser.
that.
A brown noser is very much a term, you know, for somebody that basically, I mean,
Yeah.
you can get the literal interpretation.
Yeah. You should have a YouTube channel, Florian. You'd pick up on a lot more things than I would have done. That's brilliant. And it's right on the nose as well, which is funny enough.
Right, it's on the nose.
It is very much on the nose in every sense.
Literally. Oh goodness. Makes a lot of sense. So she's a Trump ass licker, right? To put it kindly. And
Yes.
and like you said, she's a
And, like,
brown noser.
She's featured a lot throughout the episode, and I think we should get it all out of the way right now. Yeah.
Right,
At some
okay.
point, she's literally licking his ass. At some point, they are analyzing his shit, and
Really,
they
this is what
find
I meant
like
by. Go on.
yeah, they find like all of his like diets that he ate before, and like
Are you
oh yeah,
are you
yeah.
okay talking about this?
Yeah,
You
I'm
seem
okay
hesitant.
talking about this because the joke is really overdone. Like
That's what I mean.
thought it was funny. Yes, Ryan, take it away.
No, I was gonna say, remember earlier we were talking about hyperfixation. This is the thing, the biggest detriment that I think South Park has had over the years is they take a good joke sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they take a good joke and then they really run it to the ground to the point that it is just so in your face it's no longer funny. And I think we've all got our own examples of that with a South Park episode or two down the line over the years. I mean, and this is I
Very
feel
correct.
personally that this is an example of this, where it's like, okay, I get it. It was funny for 2 minutes. No, we've only got about 15 minutes worth of footage just to do dedicated to this. I don't know. I'm
Goodness.
exaggerating, but you know what I mean.
Well, I can think of a joke throughout the episode that lasted like about 15 minutes, and it kept being funny because it kept being said in a different way.
Don't you
I'm
dare say
talking
6'7".
about the Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet joke. Like in the beginning, it was like Tom
Okay,
Cruise
yeah.
saying, "Just leave me alone," and then Randy saying, "Well, we can't leave you alone because you won't come out of the closet."
Oh
Yeah,
goodness.
but that's a good example. Can we think of a bad example?
What about Trump's
Yeah.
penis? Yeah, that was a visual
Alright.
example, that one, isn't it? That's been going on for a few episodes. Oh
I
goodness.
think we need more. I think the episode should just be 25 minutes of just Trump's penis for the entire episode. They might as well be. That's comedy for you, ladies and gentlemen.
That is comedy.
Right. Stop being
exaggerating.
nihilistic.
I'm not. I'm being sarcastic.
Oh goodness. That's a brilliant example, Sebring, of it being done right.
It
Because
is.
for me throughout this episode, it was just getting a bit disgusting, man. I'm not trying to see that, you know, the shit all over her face. But I suppose they did it to ride the point home, you know, to drive it home. To be like, this, she is the biggest brown nose that there is. And I think they definitely
Yes,
did ride it home.
absolutely. Like there's the political point of like pointing out that she is really like she's just doing everything he asks her to.
Right.
Like one of the funniest thing that is happening right now is like the president of the United States is suing the government of the United States for money.
Dude,
Like,
this,
I mean,
how
in
is that
every
even
other
legal?
country, you would think that this would be like this is corruption.
How is this allowed
Not in
though?
America.
This is what I'm not kind of registering in my mind. I'm guessing there's no law against
Nobody
doing something
knows.
like that.
This is why it's an Halloween episode. Nobody
Mm.
knows.
Nobody knows, bro.
Very
Oh,
cheesy.
guys, I've got a cool comment that someone
Why
left.
is this happening? Yeah.
This is
Comment?
pretty cool comment someone left, right? It was something to do with Melania Trump haunting the White House. So you know how Trump is tearing down, is it the East Wing or something like this? Well,
Yes,
basically that side of the White House was where the First Lady's office was, and since he's tearing it down, she's now haunting the White House because that's where her office
I'm
was.
so proud of you.
Is that true?
I'm so proud of you because I thought that was one of the points you would miss,
Hold on.
but you did get it.
Right. No, but I only got it because a guy left a comment in under the video. So I'm kind of reciting what they left. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This commenter was right. And yeah, we talked about it earlier, and I think it was Hillary Clinton that established the practice of like moving the office of the First Lady into the East Wing of the White House.
That is
And
brilliant.
yeah, this happened since then, and now Trump is just tearing it down because you need a ballroom because having a ballroom is something
That's
straight people
important.
do. Yeah, you know, I couldn't wish for anything other than a ballroom if I really thought about it.
Is that what he's looking to build?
Yes,
Yeah.
a ballroom.
is.
Like some people would probably need an explanation of the word.
I think he wants to have those
It's
parties with
a
the
room
masks,
where
you know?
dance in. Yeah, it's basically a discotheque for old people.
Illuminati
Can't go to
parties.
the island anymore.
Bring the
Bringing
island.
party to them.
Oh goodness.
I'm sorry.
It is so silly. Like the entire concept of Trump building this ballroom is so silly.
What a guy, man. What a guy. It's interesting how a lot of
It is.
people voted for that as well. But I suppose I think politics do initially lie to get the votes, and then they do what they want after, isn't it? So I think
Yeah,
a few people got
I feel like I genuinely feel. I'm not going to speak for Americans who voted for Trump, but I do genuinely feel like if you showed all the people who were thinking of voting for Trump everything since January to today of what he's done so long in office, I'm not going to say they wouldn't have voted for him, but I feel like a good portion of them would have been hesitant to be like, I don't think that's
100%,
really what we want to be doing.
especially after the files weren't released of Epstein, right? Or he refused to acknowledge them or how important they were. I think a lot of people at that point were like, "Why are you not releasing them, bro? What you hiding, dog?" You know.
But this actually occurs in this episode, and like this is exactly the point where you should move on. Oh, you talked about Epstein. Move on.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. I was just about to ask in regards to that. That's funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't know how
it's
you
a
can
really
still
good
defend him
scene to
after
watch.
that one, though. That would be pretty hard to defend someone who doesn't want to release files of, you know, criminals that
I
do
think
things to children.
most people, yeah, I agree. But most people who vote, I feel like who vote for Trump, it's not about defending him anymore. It's about defending themselves, defending their choice to have voted for him. And
That's even worse, bro. Imagine having to explain yourself why you vote. I thought, man, you know. But yeah, a lot of people got duped, I suppose. But what can you do? What can you do? So
apparently wait for 3 more years to see what happens.
oh yeah, he's still got 3 more years in office.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Wow, it's only been a year. Well, I suppose we'll just be watching from Europe then, isn't it? Just with our binoculars. What's going on over there? you know. But
Nice metaphor.
well, we still got the question in regards to Melania Trump haunting Trump. Well, what's up with that?
I think you answered it by saying like the East Wing was torn down, and that's where her office was. And so obviously
Right.
she's now she now has no place to be.
So that's the
Because,
direct correlation to that. That's brilliant. Right. I thought it might have just been separate to what's going on right at this moment with Melania, but that makes a ton of sense. That makes a ton of sense. Wow.
I don't think it's
I-
like
I-
right this moment.
Mhm,
Trump's relationship to Melania was always like shaky.
mhm.
And I guess you wouldn't really joke about it without like any other context, but like the East Wing being torn down with this like contains the office of the First Lady.
Which would also
I
be
mean,
her
it was
current
just
office, wouldn't it? So it makes sense.
yeah.
Right. That makes sense, dude. Makes a ton of sense.
I just wanted to say during that scene when they're discussing in the White House, I'm a horror fan, and I enjoyed I enjoyed the soundtrack that was used. It was using the Amityville horror theme, and I was like, I instantly clocked on onto that. I was
Really.
like, ah,
It was a bit of a slow burner this episode, wasn't it? In regards to the horror themes, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
It
Which is,
didn't
and
really
I love horror,
felt
so I'm watching
Halloween
this
to
episode.
me.
Sorry?
I was just saying like I know that it was like a Halloween episode, but like it didn't feel like it. Like
It
I
wasn't
only
too over
know
the
it's a
top, was
Halloween
it?
episode because it was like aired on Halloween. Like
Right.
it didn't really feel that spooky. Yes, there were like a couple of soundtracks, references and like the the Melania ghost showing up.
Mhm.
Sure, but like it wasn't really a Halloween episode.
Yeah, I think because it was in theme with what's going on around everything, it almost just felt like a continuation. Like if this episode hadn't
Yeah.
aired on like a Halloween, I would just assume this is a natural progression of what's been going on. So I get
I
what
think
you
I have
mean.
an answer to that. I think I have an answer to that. If
Take
we
away.
remember, it was supposed to be scheduled for the 29th of October, and I guess there were some last minute decisions when they just sort of realized, well, Halloween's in 2 days. We could make it a Halloween special by just delaying it by 2 days.
Just adding a few soundtracks here and there. They'll be fine.
Because the future episodes they are still going to be released on the expected date. Like the future episodes they didn't also get postponed by due days. Just the specific episodes.
All right. Right. We have had other Halloween episodes. I wish we had a list of all the other Halloween episodes so we could do a quick ranking.
We do have
I
a
have
list.
one.
Oh, do we?
I
Nice.
I made one right after I watched this episode.
Let's do it. A quick segue into the rankings of the Halloween episodes that we've had so far. I wish we had a cool jingle for that, That would be nice. But
Are you keeping track of the recording time? Because I think this is gonna be a long one.
we have
Oh.
4 talking points after this. I think we'll be okay. I think we should be fine.
We'll be fine.
Right.
We'll be good. But thank you for
What?
the recording.
What my favorite? I'm trying to think. What's my favorite Halloween episode? I think it would have to be Oh,
Is it
I'm going to
possible? Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah.
Florian, do you have a list as well? Might it be possible to briefly just put it on the list of the episodes?
Oh
that are-
no, I don't have a list.
Oh,
That's
okay.
secret stuff.
I'll put my self-made tier list of the of how good I found the Halloween episodes throughout South Park. I have to find the image first, but
Yeah, that's right. Ryan, you were saying? I didn't want to cut you off there.
Oh, right. I think my favorite Halloween South Park episode would be.
How many has there been? Though?
Ooh,
about 12.
There's been quite
There's a
lot.
few. Oh, right. I didn't expect that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there was a really early one with like Cartman in the Hitler costume, and then later in the Ku Klux Klan costume. That was the earliest one.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll
This
choose that
one, like
one.
people saying people are telling us South Park shouldn't be so political. You in the 1990s, this was very political.
It's always been like this,
Yeah.
kind of, though, isn't it? Like it's not. It's like this isn't like anything new. I think, like you said, Ryan, because they just hyper fixated on this specific topic
Yeah.
for so long. That's why
I think
people.
that's what they mean when they say that. Yeah.
Right.
When they say it's gone too political, I think they mean it's been hyperfixating on a specific thing that is becoming an obsession. And I get it.
Do you guys agree?
Well, I get it. I would say I'm not too fond of the whole Trump. Anytime they bring up Trump now in the most recent episodes, I'm just like, all right, let's get this over and done with because I know they got to make the Trump point.
Just show us his penis
It's not
already.
that
Come on.
Yeah, it's not entertaining to me in the slightest anymore. It was the first episode of season 27 was great.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
For what it was, brilliant. I loved it, but I'm gonna be honest, nah. I get it, but now
Yeah.
it just feels like, well, we're gonna bring up Trump again, once again, mock Trump again, and they try to make it interesting with the Satan plot line, and I'm a little interested.
Yeah.
All right, you got me a little bit,
It's getting
but
me.
only. But then we'll get straight back to a scene where Trump's like ha 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 ha, ha and showing him his penis again. I'm like, yeah, okay, thanks.
Oh goodness. I understand. I think we really got deceived when that season 27 trailer came out. I thought we were gonna see Diddy, Butters at the airport
yeah.
doing shenanigans, them in space with the Diddy again. But what, we've not seen anything.
That would
man.
be that would be a funny thing. We're like, haha, that was just a little joke. We just did that. Oh, really?
It's
Oh, that's cool.
nonsense. Bird Kyle.
Maybe you should have. My brain would be like, maybe you should have just done that.
They should have.
I don't.
And I'm not trying to sit here and say I hate the season. I really do like South Park, but I do share some of the frustrations of being too consistent with this angle for this long, especially. But maybe the payoff
By
is
the way-
incredible.
Well, we shall see. By the way, I've just figured out what my favorite South Park episode is. It's Hell on Earth 2006, season 10, episode 11. That's
Wow.
That's my favorite episode.
Is that with Biggie Smalls when he comes out from the mirror?
Yep.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
I think I share your
It's also
sentiment.
like the first time we see the crocodile hunter
Oh my
after he
god!
died.
Holy shit!
And we see Hitler as the guy that can you hear me
guy.
now?
And they brought up Jeffrey Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy and
Oh, yeah, they did with the
Yeah,
cake.
all the famous American serial killers are sent out to get the cake. Amazing episode.
That's my favorite as well,
Yes.
Ryan.
It's really a good episode.
Oh my goodness!
Like
I also-
Satan, the entire plot is Satan trying to be like one of the girls of
60-year-old.
like Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And then he realizes that they're actually horrible people.
Yeah. Yeah, Satan is a sweetheart, isn't it? What he was in the episode.
I posted my personal ranking in the chat, and as you can see, I like A Nightmare on FaceTime the most out of all the Halloween episodes they have done.
Nightmare on
I like
FaceTime.
that one too.
What happened in that again? Just briefly. Nightmare. I recognize the
one where the boys dressed up as the Avengers.
Is that when Randy's doing the blockbuster thing?
Yes.
Ah,
it is.
right.
It's the Shining parody.
Right. Nice. Oh, you've got a tier list as well. Right.
That's great.
Nice. Florian, do you have
Guys,
a
we
have
should
one?
actually talk about the episode now.
We should. We really should.
Kind of talking about our last point already, aren't we?
But
I
you
will
know,
apologize to anyone listening. I will apologize to anyone listening to be like, I really hope they have a lot to say about this episode. Oh boy,
it's fine.
You'll enjoy this. You'll
we have-
enjoy what we're doing.
We have timestamps, so it's okay. And this is a Halloween section to stick in theme, so we're right on track. But Florian is right. We should actually probably return. But nice to hear what you guys think in regards to some of the Halloween episodes from the past. Nice. But moving back to the latest South Park episode, Stan is sending cryptocurrencies, guys. He was really that kid. But do you guys think that he was doing it for all his own selfish gain, or was he wanting it to actually help fix South Park? Ryan, what are your thoughts on this, man?
it's something I've seen before. I'm not too surprised that they'll do this again. Whenever, not all the time. Stan is often very morally in the right a lot of the time, but there have been many incidences in which Stan will take a social cause of some sort and will then use it
He has his
or
moments.
some other have some alternate, what's the expression? Ulterior motive behind it, and often has to be thrown the light again by Kyle. This has
Right.
happened a few times, and it feels similar. It's moments like this to me personally, which reminds me that Stan is Randy's son.
So what, do you think he was doing it
Right.
for himself, or did he want to actually help the
Well,
town?
he was taking it. He was taking an advantage of an opportunity to get a bunch of money, I suppose. To get a bunch. He said he was gonna, and yeah, the morals behind it were definitely thrown out the window.
Right.
They
So
make this quite clear.
it was for selfish gains. But the selfishness, does that translate to him wanting to have a house? Would we say that's the case? What do you think,
Oh,
Sibran?
I would think because Stan is he's still a 10-year-old boy. I'm pretty sure he would have used some of the money he would have made to buy an expensive toy. I think that might have been part of his motive. Like
Right.
he does obviously care about his family, and at times he is at times he helps his family way better than Randy does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think that, like, I'm going to compare it with how Stan was in the Butterballs episode, like when he was making an anti-bullying video, like for supposedly to help Butters only. Yeah,
Right.
like in that episode, Stan he claimed that he only wanted to make the video to stop bullying forever, but yeah, like Stan obviously did it all quite partially also for his own self-image.
What did Kyle
Ulterior
say with
motive.
that? Sorry, Florian. Do you remember what Kyle said? What was it that he was selling it or something, Stan? And then Kyle was like, "Why don't
Oh,
you do
he
it for
was
free?" What was it?
Kyle was warning him about checking it in San Diego, which
Right. No,
And when Stan said Kyle, like, this video needs to be seen by everybody, Kyle, and then Kyle asks him, if it needs to be seen by everybody, then why don't you put the video on the internet for free?
that's it.
And then Stan is too stubborn to answer the question. He was being a bit of a Randy.
He was frozen. He was like, "What? What did you say, Kyle?"
yeah,
And
and
try
that's
to
why
go to the bathroom.
he
God.
went to check in it.
He did, yeah. Oh my gosh. So Stan's character is being slightly consistent here, in it. I mean, I suppose he is, isn't it? So all in all, he was being pretty selfish. You said, Ryan, that it was pretty self-explanatory. Could you slightly elaborate on how maybe someone might have missed that it was doing it for
What specifically?
that Stan was
Oh,
yeah, go on.
I was just pointing out the fact that he's done this sort of thing before with the Butterballs episode. I feel like it's been a running thing with a character like Stan and a character like Kyle that both of them can be both of them can act like activists, but typically, my perspective, I don't mean if I said self-explanatory. I'm really just mean for me. When it comes with Stan, he typically, not always, but typically he will jump on a social cause if he thinks it will make him either look good or will benefit him in some capacity. While Kyle, it will be he will try to do he will do what he morally thinks is the right thing to do. Sometimes it will if it means him doing but of a different type where he'll do the right he'll in his mind be in the right frame of mind to do the right thing, but might end up doing a lot of dodgy things in the pursuit of what he thinks is good.
Right. That
Right.
makes a lot of sense, to be fair.
So, and I think it's good that they can call each other out on
Yeah,
that.
they have that dynamic going on with them too, isn't it? Right. Florian, have you got any thoughts in regards to this and Stan trying to sell
I was
cryptocurrencies?
trying to interrupt Ryan, but I couldn't. Um,
Okay.
I mean, I guess, yeah, Stan very obviously has like the goal of like getting a proper home. Like he doesn't want to live at the old folks' home, and he doesn't want to live at a motel.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna want to make money.
Well, that's
This
the
is
thing.
very Stan. Yeah.
This is the thing. Yeah, I was gonna try to get into that, and I would have leaned further into that if they leaned further into that in the episode. So I'm
But
like,
they
I
kind of did.
can insinuate that that's the case. Obviously, they know it starts off with that, but and we can insinuate that that could be a good motive as to why Stan would need to get a bunch of money, because it's more than likely that it's a very good motive for Stan to be doing this. But then you have Kyle's side of it, which is
The moral side, I guess.
which is a side of morality over the means of obtaining that money in question.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to go back and forth, and I think it would be a little bit more subjective to the viewer of, because I know how people can be like,
I'm curious. I was gonna briefly just mention in regards to, he didn't really seem to point that towards Kenny as well. I suppose Stan was the front runner, but Kenny was just as involved in some aspects. Maybe not with the videos and stuff like that, but
Okay.
yeah, go on, Florian.
I actually have a point. I actually have a point about like Kenny in this episode that I didn't want to make because I think it was like
Take it away, man. He was
it's
saying
just like a
stuff.
little bit of cute. Yeah.
Say what
Like
you want.
yeah, one of the first scenes that Kenny had in this episode was like literally Stan saying to Kenny, "Oh yeah, you haven't been here for like 4 months."
You haven't
And
talked
I
for
didn't
4 months.
even check if that is correct. Like I didn't check. But like Kenny said something, and like and a couple of scenes later they said, "Oh yeah, Kenny is now doing stuff." But like if you go back through the episode, all Kenny did was like he was holding the sign that says South Park sucks.
Not enough,
That's
is it?
all he was doing. He's basically a sign holder. And I don't know how much like the South Park creators go into like meta commentary, but I felt like okay, this is very funny because like oh yeah, you mentioned that Kenny doesn't have any lines, and then you basically made him hold a sign for the entire episode, and said oh yeah, now Kenny actually does stuff.
So it was done
That's
ironically,
one of the
would we say?
right. Yes, I think they are basically trolling us. Like, I think that is really what Matt and Trey are doing now these days.
But we're just happy that he was just there, to be fair. It's like, he's doing something.
Right.
I think that would have flown over a
but
lot of people.
I think it was a joke that he was there because he didn't do anything but holding a sign and like having one line of dialogue. So yeah, I think really Matt and Trey are basically still on their game. They are just like playing another game with like media attention, I guess, in this day and age.
Yeah,
They just want.
seems like it.
Yeah.
It definitely seems.
And I'll just say, I just want to put on. I don't think there's anything to. I wouldn't even need to reason to elaborate. I'm quite certain that that's what is clearly what they're getting at. They've made a point that when what's his name? Was it Kyle who was speaking to Stan and Kenny at the beginning when they were talking about South Park sucks? But basically, it was basically him being was it or was it Stan? It doesn't matter. Point is, they were being a mouthpiece for the fans, that the disgruntled fans of the show. And every various point they made out was the biggest points that fans make. And Kenny not being as prevalent in the show as he once used to be is being a thing that's been a continuous thing. I'm in the official South Park server. Every time there's a new episode, I keep seeing comments of people like, "I hope the next episode's a Kenny themed episode."
It leads me to ask when. I haven't seen this guy die in ages as well. I think that's long gone, but you know, it just goes to show.
Kenny died was in the obesity special, so So basically, the
Oh, yeah.
That's
last
quite
South Park
recent.
media
Was it last year?
before season 27, like which
23.
Tony the Tiger.
there is a big time gap between that special and the first episode of season 27. Yeah.
That's why we have Sebrin on here. He knows all the facts.
He's a South Park Wikipedia.
Yes,
I think he's spot on because that is the last time he died, and I for some reason wouldn't have remembered that. But yeah,
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger killed him.
Holy shit. Did the boys never mention Cartman as well, did they?
no.
Did we record this at all? They didn't, did
My
they?
recollection.
Like, where is Cartman or something like that?
Pretty certain they haven't even thought about him.
They don't even know of his existence anymore. Right. Okay. So did we pretty much cover everything in regards to the cryptocurrency situation and everything around that with Stan? So we can essentially conclude that Stan was doing it for selfish gain. I suppose we could just leave it there, isn't it? Is there anything further we can add?
I think we're done.
I think
Well.
Right. Yeah, so we can move on then. Here's a talking point. What's up with Trump's obsession with gold? I'm not really familiar in regards to this. I didn't even know he had an obsession. I think in some of the previous episodes we've seen that there's been gold littered around the White House. So I suppose we could lead us to ask that question. Is it just personal preference, I guess? A man has a taste of gold? Or is there a deeper rooted meaning?
There's personal preference and there's an obsession. And I'm not just talking about the South Park variant of Trump. I mean the real life Donald Trump.
Right. So there's a correlation there that's found in reality.
Absolutely. Have you? I was talking about this at length with a person in another server. How I showed an image of like the press conference room in the White House during Biden's time, and an image during Trump's time, and the place is just covered in like gold lining the walls, gold like ornaments in the background, gold like plates on the walls. It looked like it was made. It looked like a room from Buckingham Palace or something. I don't know.
Really? Wow. I suppose if you're the president, what's wrong with wanting some of the finer things in life, right? I think someone would maybe bring that angle up, you know?
Well, I'll explain why, because that's not what the president of the United States is supposed to represent.
He's not a
supposed to
king.
be a guy that. Yes, there's been a bunch of protests recently for that very reason.
Right.
He's supposed to be someone who's like a high up person in office, elected by the people, or at least that's the sort of illusion they like to try to make themselves out to be.
Yeah.
In America.
100%.
So to actually at least go with the illusion rather than go out of your way to be like, nah, do you know what? I'm literally the opposite of what the founding fathers represent.
Right.
I want to be like a little prince in a castle, basically, with lots of gold around me, like I'm a Saudi prince. I don't know.
That's fair because he's supposed to be a representation of the people, isn't it? And in some aspect, you have to relate with the people. And if most of the people haven't got their houses littered with gold, and then all of a sudden you've got your White House littered with that, then you're not really not that you're not in touch, but you're not being a representation, I suppose. But I'm not sure.
You can have your taste,
Mhm.
but I don't think that taste should. When you're like, hey, Trump, you have probably lots of properties, and it's probably is decked out with gold, and you can do whatever the hell you want with them. But when you're in the White House, I don't think the White House should represent you.
Yeah.
The symbolism behind the White House should represent the office it's supposed to represent, and not Trump. You shouldn't see Trump when you look at the White House.
So is it like
Is
it like a lack of professionalism then?
Oh yeah. Oh, in certain ways, yeah. That's what I would say anyway. I'll leave the others to have their own opinion on it.
Right. Sebron, what do you think, man? What's up with this obsession with gold?
Well, this is just like a theory of mine, but I think one of the reasons why Donald Trump in the South Park universe is so delusionally self-absorbed is because of all the golden like golden pots in the White House because there's so much gold in the White House, like especially in the bathroom. He sees himself as way more of an he sees himself as way more important than anybody else. I think the gold is really like getting to his head.
Right. Possibly. That definitely is a possibility. I could see that being the case. Mr. King Trump. Probably how he sees himself in the mirror, maybe, right? Who knows?
Yeah. because Donald Trump was already a quite rich man when he was in his 30s, and now the man is almost 80.
Yeah, he's been rich for a long time, hasn't he?
Pretty
He
much.
only got a small loan of $1 million, I think it was, wasn't it? From his father. It's a small one, you know.
Yes.
Yes, but it's
Oh
you
goodness.
wouldn't really say
Who,
it's
who doesn't
money.
get that from his father?
I know you poor peasants.
I just get my father's genes.
Nice. Florian, any comments in regards to Trump's obsession with gold that has been throughout some of these episodes of South Park?
I have things to say about Trump's obsession with gold.
The floor is yours, sir. Take it away.
I think I mean it apparently wasn't apparent that very way back the first term Trump was elected, there were like rumors of the Russians having videos of him where he got a golden shower.
Oh.
But like, let's just forget all about that. Let's turn to today.
Okay.
Trump is basically obsessed with gold. He puts gold in every room. He really likes that, and now he just recently visited Asia, and I think Japan, Thailand, and a couple of other countries. He even met the Chinese president, I think, in Japan. But like all of them basically gave him golden gifts because
So they
they are
know.
smart foreign leaders, and they know that like if you give Trump something golden, he will like you. Like he's one of the stupidest people to be the American president in I think ever.
Wow.
Can I just say one thing? You started this by referencing Trump having a golden shower, and then chose, but let's not elaborate on that. And
That's the juicy stuff there, Florian.
No,
and it's moving
now
on from that.
he gets golf balls or like all right. This is really funny because like one of the was it Thailand? I'm not sure if it was Thailand. I might be wrong. But like somebody gave him a crown.
Okay.
A literally crown made of gold.
Wow.
Like and this was basically at the same time where the No Kings rally was going on in the Americans. They gave
I
him
get
a
what you mean.
crown.
This is more relevant to today, the focal point.
But they gave him a crown that was like ceremonially, like the dynasty that used to issue these crowns, they were almost always female leaders.
Really? Wow. Coincidence? Yeah. I think not.
I think this is just trolling Trump on a really high level.
That golden shower one, that would be an insane reference. That would be an insane reference, and I think that would be brilliant. Actually, do you think Matt and Trey have knowledge in regards to that they would correlate it to him having gold littered across his house?
Studied that man more than I have.
They probably have. They probably have, but they haven't made it on the nose though, right? And I suppose maybe that's the point. I mean, I would like to see maybe some gold actually coming from his shower as he showers.
No.
That would be nice.
He's got a golden shower.
Yellow, sorry.
He's got a golden shower if you look at it.
True.
I mean, there's yellow streaming down there. I mean, this is see.
Is that not just is it, you don't call it a wire, do you? You know the pipe that goes,
okay,
the water pipe?
Oh right, yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, look, there's Towley. Let's go talk about Towley.
Oh, Towley, poor Towley. Poor Towley, man.
Yeah.
But do we essentially just are we done with the obsession with gold? Like, what conclusion have we come to here?
I've finished my point. Yeah, he has an
He
obsession.
just is obsessed with it. What
Yeah.
can you say about it? Like,
What
It's
can
really
you say?
less of a
it's one of
point. Just
the
bringing it up.
most brilliant things you can display, and everybody should have everything gold.
Hmm.
But I'm not sure how that connects with his voters. I'm serious.
Right.
How
That's
many
fair.
farmers are there that like, oh yeah, my toilet should be golden?
True.
I don't know. I have
Also,
no
it's a
idea
very
why this
childish
works.
thing. It's a very childish image of what wealth is, covering everything in gold like you're Scrooge McDuck. I mean, I'm not gold. I think I've always enjoyed a subtlety when it comes to something like gold. I think, but I guess that's my thing. I think if you cover things in gold, like if you had like a gold leaf walls and things like that, it can come off a bit tacky.
There's some people
But
who are
that's my personal
superstitious,
taste.
though. There's some would say there's spiritual elements to having gold around you, and the energy
Oh,
it
okay.
brings and stuff like that. So it's an angle, but I'm not sure if
Sure, I'm sure
that's
there
us
are, and
reaching.
I'm sure I could have, and I mean, sure. Same as people
Yeah.
have dream catchers and people may have horseshoes in their houses.
Uh,
Great. That's you do you. You do you, whoever it is. I'm not knocking you for having gold. I'm
100%.
saying I personally never would cover my place in gold because it's not to my taste.
Fair, yeah.
And
I
I'm
suppose
not from Trump for it.
it's just a speculation thing, isn't it? It's not like we actually have the answer to the question. So fair enough. Trump likes gold. Good for him, man. You know, good for you, Trump. Did you briefly actually want to touch on Towley? Or is there not really much to add on to
Not
it?
much, but I would say I'm not attacking Trump for liking gold. I'm attacking Trump for trying to be a representative of the people and also covering the White House in gold. I don't like what he's done with the White House, not because he likes gold.
Right. No, that's completely fair, I think. I would share that line of thinking. Guys, the big one. We've not seen this guy in a long time.
Wait, first thing. We're talking about Starly.
No, I was just
Oh,
about to
you want to
jump
talk
in.
about?
I was about to jump into cousin Kyle here. What were you saying,
Oh,
Sibra?
I know. I wanted to say a brief thing about Starly. So it could be possible we might get an episode this season that will be very centered around Starly again, because maybe like one of the next episodes will be Dowley on a spy mission to escape the White House and make his
Love that.
way back to South Park.
I would love that. And then he kicks Randy's ass.
that would be cool.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would attack him by like throwing himself like on his face as
Oh,
a towel would do.
with all the jizz on him. Holy crap!
Right.
Yeah,
You didn't need to add that.
Get a taste of your own
Go
medicine,
ahead.
man. Dude. Oh, it's someone else's. Right, that would be awesome, Sibrin. I'd love for that to happen. But yeah, let's move on to the big one. We've not seen this dude in a long time. The previous time for me that really comes to mind is when they were having the baseball game with the kids,
Yes.
and it's none other than cousin Kyle. But even then, his return was so anticlimactic because he ended up going to jail, guys. 10 whole years. What the fuck, dude? Florian, what are your thoughts on the return of cousin Kyle?
All right. I mean, yeah, I think they just used him as like a plot point, and like he was brilliant for like making a crypto advisor.
He was great.
Yeah. And I think it was probably not a character they were planning to use in the future.
Possibly, yeah. So just get him out of the way.
So, or maybe they are. Maybe there will be a major plot line like getting cousin Kyle out of prison. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, he has a lot of money after his it thing.
Yeah,
he might still be a millionaire. I don't know.
I would hope to see Cousin Cow again because can you just? It goes back to a point again of things not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point in bringing him back just for him to go to jail? Why him as well and stuff like that? 'Cause it's not like
I mean,
I hate him. He's all right. He's a cool little character to have here and there, but for him to go to jail for 10 years and then that's it. What a way to
I
come back,
refuse.
man.
I refuse I refuse to believe that they would do Cousin Kyle so dirty that they would just like leave him in jail and don't and not bust him out of it. I think I don't think Matt and Dre will do that. I think they will actually in one of the future episodes they will actually make him like escape prison, whether it's him escaping by himself or the other kids like busting him out of jail. Like I I really don't want to be it to be the case that they just like leave Cousin Kyle in prison and that's the end of that. That would be very
Maybe, guys, we get the return of Trent Boyette as well. That would be nice, right?
Yeah.
um, well,
2-in-1 job.
I mean, Red Boy Ed, well, cousin Kyle, he got locked up in DC, and meanwhile,
He's in
Red Boy Ed
juvie,
is
yeah.
still trapped in like the in
Was he in juvie?
kind of like Texas vibe, like
All right, what did you
juvenile
say,
hall.
Alien?
I was wondering if he was in juvie, in juvenile hall, Trent Boyette.
Yes,
Was he?
I mean, yeah. Pretty sure they sent him back to the same place where he had been imprisoned for 5 years.
Yeah, you make a good point. They are in separate prisons, isn't he? He's in DC, Kyle, cousin Kyle.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe they had to like maybe Trent Boyard had to switch prisons because their old juvenile hall was like ruined or something. So maybe they had to send all of the prisoners from the juvenile hall to DC. So maybe Trent Boyette might return. It is a possibility, but I think it's rather unlikely.
Yeah.
But if they will do that, I personally for one will be very very happy because like Preschool is in my opinion one of the most underrated episodes in the whole show.
It's
It's
brilliant.
a personal favorite of mine.
It's a great episode, man. I'd love to see him
But,
return.
but nah, I was gonna say I actually don't think I I can see Matt and Trey doing us Cousin Kyle dirty. I mean, what was the last time we saw Cousin Kyle in the show? We don't reference him a lot. It's not.
Guys, I'm just going on mute real quick.
Technically in the
Apologies.
fractured butthole,
All right,
but it's
we'll
not
take
canon
we'll take over.
technically.
So we'll talk about it in the show. When was the last time he was in the show?
Well, his last major role was in the Losing Edge, and I'm pretty sure he has
Wow.
made a couple of cameos, but no major roles after the Losing Edge.
I can see him. That's a character that could disappear for 10 years and then come back again. Like I'm back. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he will, and I'm not hoping for that for him. But I don't know. He seems like a character that they could screw over quite easily. He's not that established that I think the fans would. I don't know. I I liked him though. I liked his little cameo. They didn't do a lot with him, of course. Well, they had a proper plot in the episode, I suppose. But yeah, I'm happy for to see a Cousin Kyle once again. I suppose I've just not got a lot to say on him apparently, so I'll segue it to the person above me.
I really hope there's like a bigger plot, and Towley plays a role in like the like the bigger picture that plays
That would
out
be nice.
across the 10 seasons, the 10 episodes, that were ordered. And like it doesn't matter if they're like one season or two.
Oh yeah, I do. No, I feel like we're seeing Towley in the background quite regularly in the episodes, and I would like I would think it'd be pretty cool if he was the one to, in some way, metaphorically save the day, in like near the end of a season. I think that'd be pretty, you know, I think he should be our little underdog, our little hero, to stop all this madness. But it's a bit difficult to do when you're also having to, you know, base it off of real life current events. But yeah, now we need to keep. Now we need to. We need to. How would I put it? Banter. Come on. Intermission. I don't know. Someone do a little song and dance. Someone do a South Park song. I don't know.
There are too many minorities, too many.
Oh, that's a
at
great
my
one.
water
Hold
park.
on.
In my water park.
Somebody do something. Okay, I'll stop.
No, you're doing so well. I'm eating right now.
It's really
I'm very
funny, like
unprofessional. I'm terribly sorry.
I was like I was live at the Offspring concert, and like they did like you look like Cam, and like I didn't get my camera out fast enough because the first time was like Captain Jack Sparrow, and they found somebody in the audience that looked just like him. And the second one was Jesus, and they found somebody. And the third one was like I think the one I posted.
Mr. Mackey?
Yeah, Mr. Mackey. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was so crazy. A South Park reference at an Offspring concert.
Sorry to
Oh.
burst your bubble, but we're not really talking about the episode now, or are we?
Hey,
Right.
no, we're talking
Because
about
we're
South
also
Park.
kind of, yeah, we were kind of waiting for LDN to return.
We're riffing.
His sofa is arriving.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is no, I get what he was trying to do there. So yeah, but yeah, I saw that, and I think that's cool. I've seen that a few times though, when it comes to South Park, and I'm just reminding people this is about South Park. Yeah, I like it when you see those sort of things. I've seen it a few times. Rush back in the day when Neil Peart, the drummer, was still alive. I remember they used to open their concerts to a little South Park skit. And I just always thought that was cool.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Did you guys just finish?
Hello.
Hello, just coming back here. I will have to briefly go again in a moment, but I was just wondering where you guys are in regards to the cousin cow topic. Or have we moved past that?
Well, we made our peace with that, and then we realized there was silence, so we needed to riff about anything South Park related.
Beautiful, beautiful. I suppose the love leads us into our final talking point, which we did briefly touch over midway because the passion was getting to us. But was this a worthy Halloween South Park special? Like compared to the other ones, did it satisfy the needs if there was?
Well, you can. You three can already see like my point of view on it based on my very own tier list, but I'll still talk about it. So like in the grand scheme of things, this is not an amazing Halloween special in any stretch of the word. It's I still think it's better than the Degrady Halloween special. That one was like particularly boring, but that's also not very high praise because there are just many Halloween specials that like delivered way better because it's probably because they were individual episodes too.
Yeah.
Like I really liked A Nightmare on FaceTime, like I already said, but I think Margarine was also an episode that like I mean it wasn't as Halloween based as many of the other ones, but it was still it was still more it was still better because it had more like charming jokes,
Right.
like that will stick with you, which this season hasn't really had so far.
Just to ask, is this the first Halloween special that's been in between a serialization or between a series of episodes that's connected?
I mean, basically, all of season 21 was serialized, and that had the Sons of Witches episodes.
What was that linked with? 'Cause that also seems like a bit of a standalone, doesn't it? What was around that that makes it connected?
It's
the
very
whole
much in the Trump is Garrison.
okay. So the whole
Garrison is
serialized
Trump
the whole
area.
serialized story of season 21 was Cartman wanting to get rid of Heidi, and that episode they
Dressed up, didn't they?
they dressed up as those two German kids,
Right. Is it Hansel and Gretel?
and Cartman, yeah, exactly, and Cartman tried to get Heidi killed by the witch by leaving her in the woods, and there were many other episodes where
Right.
Cartman was like very annoyed with Heidi. So yeah, so that episode counts.
I suppose in a way we could use those that as a comparison since they're both serialized, because all the other ones are standalones. So would we be unanimous in saying that if we use in that Sons of Witches episode, was it better than this Halloween special?
I would definitely agree. So yeah, it's, I mean, I put it in low B tier, but that like the Sons of Witches episode, it was still it's also a modern episode, but it has more moments that I enjoyed, like, for example, like the police officer telling Cartman, like, maybe you shouldn't dress up as like fairy tale kids when a witch is flying around, and then Harrison Yates all like, yeah, like, don't give unnecessary details or something.
Right. So this one definitely, from your perspective, Sibrin, they dropped the ball essentially with this one. It wasn't as hot as the others, isn't it?
Yes, it's not a. I mean, I really wouldn't say it's among like South Park, like a bad South Park episodes. Like, there are many episodes that were worse than this one. But I will
sorry,
say,
Sibrin, I've got to run again. Just go amongst yourself. I really do apologize, guys.
okay. Alright.
Do you want to continue onwards, or yeah?
Me? Yeah. If that's cool.
Go on.
Sure.
Okay. So, what was I gonna say? So, in general, I mean, I'm not
All right, it's fine. I'm back. I'm sorry. The guys are gonna sort it out. There's two guys there. Okay, cool.
Luckily, I didn't like.
Are they gonna install your Japanese toilet?
How did you know, man? What the hell?
Oh, we can have.
I'm telling big toilet paper.
Oh, Jesus. I still use toilet. No, I'll still use toilet paper. That covers my ass.
For sure.
Sorry, I'd take it away. Where were you guys?
So I was saying this episode definitely could have been worse. Like, they could have had what was their names? They could have made Pam Bondi's nose a lot like more graphic and a lot nastier. Like, they definitely could have.
It was grossing me out.
Yes, but like.
Are you saying things that could have made the episode better? Is that what you're saying right now, Sibrin?
I mean, at the top of my head, I can't really think of anything particular that would have made the episode a lot better. I guess if we already got to see more of Towley, but
right. I thought that's what you were mentioning just now.
Us in suspense for future episodes where we will actually see more of Towley.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Florian and Ryan, have you guys got your thoughts?
I have mine.
You go.
Oh, all right. What I was gonna say was, to go back to the original question, which is this worthy as like a Halloween special when it comes to South Park? And my opinion is, yeah, I thought it's definitely not the greatest. I would barely consider it much of a Halloween themed episode. There was hardly and that's because it wasn't themed around Halloween. As far as I'm concerned, it was themed around the plot line that they've been following throughout season 27 and I guess season 28. And they just added some spooky element to it, but it's still the same story.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest.
I'm so sorry, Ryan. You know what's interesting? They could make an argument for other episodes being potentially Halloween, right? Like was it the Labubu episode? You know, with all the crazy shit going down. Because I'm just the point that you mentioned that it wasn't actually Halloween within the world of South Park. I just found that interesting. But sorry, do continue. Sorry to cut you off.
No, absolutely, I agree. You could, I see this is no more, to some people perhaps no more frightening than the Labubu episode when it comes to trying to be spooky or something or edgy. So I just feel like, yeah, it didn't really feel, it felt very, yeah, let's just, it just happened to be close to Halloween, but this didn't have to be a Halloween episode. Like, you could easily have taken any of the spooky elements out and it would have barely have changed the storyline that much. Maybe, like, it wouldn't, and I don't know if that makes it worthy of being a particularly good Halloween special, if that's the case.
Just released on Halloween Day, so there you go. There you go, guys. Take it there. And Florian, any thoughts, my friend? Hello?
I mean, yeah, sure. I do have thoughts about this episode.
Take it away.
I think I quite of like it.
You say you kind of liked
I
it.
really like. Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly because of like the self-commentary, where they admitted like, all right, we are locked in like this political theme right now. We have to continue the Trump storyline and everything. And like, if you don't like it, go on the internet and complain about it.
Put it in your bio.
And which basically just means fuck you, because like we talked about that, like I think in the first podcast we did. Matt and Trey secured a contract for like $1.5 billion to make South Park. They are set.
Unbelievably
I'm not sure
set.
how much Trump like can interfere with them, and like apparently not that much, because like every fucking show they're showing his small penis. So
that's as extreme as it probably gets, right? You know, along with Epstein. But
as far as the drum dig jokes go in this season, they've already like kind of like hit rock bottom with it, like with like how repetitive the episode like the joke is, and now they just can continue to dig deeper.
I mean, well, this is my thing. I was going to say, but
my point is not
that
it's repetitive. It is that it's like they are continue to using the edges of the American freedom of speech system.
Right. Yeah.
And this is an important thing to do right now, because like, I mean, they are showing the head of the FCC going in showing a Nazi salute, even in this episode. And he still lost his freedom of speech. Like, I really like the South Park political commentary in these episodes, and I really like the message of like them showing, oh, South Park is so political. South Park sucks now.
No, it's more than that. Yeah,
we are trolling you. Fuck you. You're gonna take the political commentary, or you can stop watching, because we already got our $1.5 billion deal.
Couldn't the FCC still take them down, Florian, like they did with Kimmel? Is it?
Not without reason.
They probably could.
What was the reason behind Kimmel?
This is America under Trump. They probably could.
That's what I'm thinking. What was the reason behind Kimmel? Because it was was it minuscule, if I'm not mistaken?
He was accused of spreading false information relating to the Charlie Kirk shooting because of people misunderstanding what he said.
Couldn't they say that?
The bigger picture was that there was a merger between like the parent company of CBS or whatever Jimmy Kimmel was on, and another company, and like the FCC had the bigger say of if they could or could not do it.
Right.
We had a whole thing about that a few episodes ago.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Oh, good.
But what I was gonna say, to follow on, because I want to follow on to Florian's point. I agree. I don't like that, but I agree the point, because it's like, I think it's a common fallacy or a detriment to a lot of South Park fans that they make, a mistake that a lot of South Park fans make, and in my heart, I'm with them with this. They mistakenly go to South Park as a form of escapism of the stresses of the world around them, which is that's not a good idea. The South Park is going to take the stressful things, the
Exaggerate
annoying,
it.
silly, ridiculous, stressful things that you might be trying to avoid. They're going to take it, they're going to magnify it, blow it out of proportion to make fun of it, to parody it, to be satirical about it. And that's always been the case. And I think people need to remind themselves of that. Now, I do agree with Florian's point that, yeah, basically, that is their angle. You, as the fan, you don't have to feel good about Matt and Trey, that's how they see it. That they're basically saying, hey, if you don't like what we're doing, then cry about it. And they're saying that to their fans effectively, because they don't, they don't pander to that. They're doing what they think is what they want to do, and they want to retain that. And a lot of fans will not appreciate that attitude.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't appreciate that attitude, but I respect it. And the reason I respect it is because if it means that they're staying true to themselves, then that's really what I'm going to prioritize over how I personally feel the show should go in.
Yeah.
Should go in.
And that's for me as well. I can respect it, you know what I mean? And like we mentioned earlier, the credit in the bank definitely gives them the right to expressively create as they wish to do so. And that's fair. I can respect that, you know. But yeah, all in, so Florian, you said all in all you actually quite enjoyed this episode. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yes. I think there was good commentary in it. Like I always like political commentary.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough.
I mean, yes, the Bondi bit was overdone.
Mm-hmm. But
I like the Melania insertion,
right.
even though she didn't do much. Like, yeah, I like that they referenced the White House destruction, and even Randy mentioned it like it's just one line in the very early episode. He couldn't get hired as a geologist again because the government shut down.
Yeah.
And this is a thing that is going on for like a month now, which is I think the longest government shutdown ever in American history.
That's crazy.
And it seems to be going on for
government
longer.
shutdown. What does that? What does that? Obviously, it
Nobody's
affects jobs.
getting paid. Like none of the government people are getting paid. Like there's air traffic controllers that are basically working Uber jobs.
What the hell?
Yes, it's really really stupid. Like, this wouldn't fly in Europe.
What was the purpose behind this?
There's no purpose. It's just like the government of the United States can't agree on like a financial plan, and so nobody is getting paid.
That's crazy, considering they essentially just print money as well, and they can't agree to that.
It's really crazy.
That's insane, man.
Maybe.
I thought it was a little bit sad that South Park only mentioned it with like this one single line at the very beginning of the episode, and everybody overlooked it.
Yeah,
I didn't. I just didn't say it, which is sad.
Yeah.
right.
I wanna say, so just like how Mr. Mackey for the time being won't be a counselor anymore, and like has now found a brand new job that you completely wouldn't expect Mr. Mackey to get. Maybe now Randy will also get a brand new job that you might not expect Randy to do, but he has to have a job to make ends meet. So maybe
Yeah,
like
true.
maybe he will also join ICE just like Mr. Mackey.
Surely
That
not.
could be a possibility.
Isn't Randy too PC for that?
It's Randy. He's very colorful.
Yeah, true.
Mr. Mackey was also very PC.
Or
And
maybe
he
wait,
joined
here
ICE
is
just
here is
out
my
of necessity.
Yeah, true.
I have a crazy prediction. Like maybe the maybe Jesus will like stop being a counselor because the kids don't like him enough, and maybe Randy will take over as the counselor like the
Oh
as the
no,
counselor
man.
of South Park Elementary.
I
It could
can't
be
have
true.
that. Yeah, no, I'm just saying I would not like that at all.
It's
Randy in
very
that
far-fetched,
position,
but it can be true.
that would be an
Yeah.
annihilation. Holy shit. Fair enough. I've
I
already
think
yeah, sorry, go ahead, Ryan, dude.
No, I just wanted to say one last thing relating to again what Florian's point was going to be like. So for context, we're all three of us, or four of us, I should say, because Alien is here. The four of us are all South Park fans, and we enjoy the show, and we know a lot about the show. But the sort of things that we specifically find funny and entertaining about the show and what it brings up might differ, and I
Yeah.
think that's a great thing about the show. So, for example, with Florian, he's really into the political side of like the political commentary is something he's really into. I'm not that into political commentary. I'm not that fond of that sort of stuff, but I do enjoy other elements of the show. I enjoy the characters and the way they interact with one another. And when they have episodes more focused on that, that's where I get locked in.
Yeah.
So that's how this season would be less interesting for me, and I'm not feeling it. And why this episode, I would consider this episode quite weak, but someone like Florian would actually find quite significantly more enjoyment
Yeah.
in many elements of this season and this episode. And I need to stop because I don't want to have. I'm not speaking for him because he already spoke for himself. But the
Yeah.
point is, what I'm trying to get at is that's why I think this episode is not as bad as the previous episode to me. But it's still weak for me, and I'm not that fond of it.
I would agree, man. I think
Would you say you would like it's like this episode is if it were still part of season 27, would you say this episode is still the second lowest if like we take all 7 episodes into account? Ryan.
For
That-
me personally, maybe, probably.
that Kit episode was pretty weak, man. I think anyway.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've already shared my thoughts obviously within the video. My main frustrations in regards to this episode primarily just come from the fact that we didn't really progress the story too much. I think that's only the primary reason as to why I wouldn't put this episode higher. I kind of just want things to move along, and it kind of like, I mean, we did get some things like, you know, Stan, his situation with the family and stuff like that. But you know, I would have liked to see what happened with Cartman. Towley's still just getting his fucking his face rubbed in asses and shit. So it's like not much has gone down. But
Yeah.
it was okay. It's a pretty mid episode for me. But again, I love South Park so much that I can still find enjoyment from seeing all these characters and the jokes and the way the story's laid out and stuff like that. So it was alright. It was alright. We've had better, but it's alright.
We are very much still in the same storyline that started from the episode 1 of season 27.
Yeah, dude.
It is still
Yeah.
the same storyline.
We should be in season 27 right now. I wish.
We should be, yes.
I wish,
Let's not
man.
mention that.
Oh,
But like,
We've been
yeah,
over this.
yes, we have, and like, yeah, it's no use. But like, now we are here, and like, yeah, this episode didn't add a lot of continuity to like any of the major topics. Yeah, I think it was mostly defined by its self-critique of like, oh yeah, South Park sucks now, and
yeah.
it's too political.
You do something
But
about
yeah,
it. Go cry about it.
yeah, yeah. I still think like they were just telling the people like, hey, we've always been doing this, and if you don't like it, fuck off.
Do you think
And
they
I
they listen to feedback, Florian? Like
yeah,
they go on the
I
internet.
don't think it's as harsh as fuck off. I
Yeah,
think they
definitely
respect
not.
their fans, but they feel like their fans can overstep their boundaries.
Mm.
and then basically in a way just trying to remind them, look, this is just what's going to happen. They even said, I think the end message is a little bit more meaningful there. They just said, look, I guess this is just what's going to be happening for a while, but it's not going to happen like this forever. We're going to move on from this.
Oh, that is good.
That's a lot
What that
more.
basically means after the Trump presidency.
That's good.
And that can go
Sure.
on for like 3 years.
Yeah, well, that's actually, to be perfectly honest, it's up to what Matt and Trey decide.
Mm.
If they
Yes.
want to keep it up for that long, then yeah. But that's, I think it's a little more respectful than them just going, oh, fuck off, I'll do what I want. Ha ha ha.
That was a
I
good
think that would
spot
be
there,
their
Ryan.
stance for 25 years ago, maybe.
Mm.
But I think today they have a respect for their fan base. It's more like, look, I'm not just going to do this because what you think you want from South Park. We're going to do what we want. But just so you know, maybe some point down the line, things will make something that's more appealing to you. Okay,
Yeah.
just stick with us. It'll get better for you.
For you,
That's more.
maybe, hopefully. Now I have faith, man. I have faith. I mean, the good thing is that we at least have seasons guaranteed coming down the line, so there's plenty of content to come. I wouldn't imagine the next 5 seasons to come are all. Actually, I don't know. They might still all have Trump in it. I can't even say they won't, but I don't know, bro.
Maybe they will mellow it a bit down.
Perhaps, yeah. He might just be a background character at that point. Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
I mean, you still have like old South Park episode to get through.
Yeah.
So
Are some of us nostalgia merchants? You know, in that anything new might never please us as the olds did.
Yeah, and I think that happens. I think it's natural, especially for the older South Park fans. That's just natural.
Yeah, right.
That tends to be the case. And they without them knowing it, they've been eating the member berries.
remember Hell on Earth? Oh yeah, I remember.
yeah.
Good times.
Remember?
Oh goodness. Well, guys, does anyone have anything further to add in regards to this episode? It kind of seems that we've covered all the corners, but yeah, does anyone have anything before we wrap this Halloween special up? It's our longest episode thus far. Brilliant.
It's going to sound cheesy, but I can give like I can quickly give my ranking of the last 7 episodes so far.
Take it away, man.
Yes, so in last place, so I would say Twisted Christian, the episode before this, and then in 6th place I would say this very episode, so The Woman in the Hat, and then the weakest episode of 27. I thought it was Sycophancy, the Deckard episodes, which I know that Florian probably likes it way more than I do, but my opinion. And then the fourth best, I would say Conflict of Interests. Then my third favorite is the Walk is Dead episode, aka the Labubu episode. Then number 2, God Not, and then number 1, the first episode of all this, Sermon on the Mount.
Yeah, that was great, man. That was really great. I felt like what's the phrase? Something back to form, you know. That was really good. I had high hopes going into it, and it's not like my hopes have been diminished or anything, but they've just kind of gone down a little. Well, that is it being diminished, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying as I said, that's the thing. I'm not saying it's this, but I am in a different way.
Literally, but I have faith, man. I have faith. It's not like every episode in the past has been fantastic, even for me being a nostalgia merchant slightly. But I have faith. You know, we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. But yeah, guys, that was South Park season 28, episode 2, Halloween special, The Woman in the Hat. Hope you guys enjoyed our thoughts. We will be back again, of course, for the next episode. That would be season 27, episode 8, as Florian would put it, of course. But yeah. Thank you for joining us, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy and peace. And thank you guys for joining me as always, my fantastic co-hosts Florian, Ryan, and Sibrin, the lads, the legends. But yeah, take it, guys, and peace.